Good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to the Hotshot Haven. Give y'all a moment to get in here. If you're in here, do a little sound check. Give me a comment. Let me know how it sounded in here. Make sure everything coming in clear because I want to make this really concise. Because I want to see y'all. I want y'all to see and want y'all to see how you get it out the mud. And how getting it out the mud and being on the ground all the time will bring you full circle in your life. I keep telling y'all, trucking is a metaphor for life. Doing better is a metaphor for life. How y'all making it today? Y'all see I'm getting unloaded by the MyJack crane at JJ Ferguson pre-stress yard in my original hometown of Greenwood, Mississippi. I told y'all I used to build big bridge beams. I told y'all I used to build bridges. And this is where I used to do it at. I want y'all to take a walk with me around this yard for a minute, as much as they probably will let me go. But to be honest with you, there's a lot of people that 15 years ago, when I was out here working, they still out here. And they remember what type of person I was. And when I came out, it was nothing but love, man, because I always have been the same kind of person I am now. I'm going to keep it 100. And if I can help you, most definitely I will. And in a job like this, I'm gonna start to explain what is getting done out here so you can get a sense of the gravity of the things that a person like myself have had to go through to get where they are. Now we're standing at the end of a beam line. As you can see, there are many cables. These cables are inside of the beams of the bridge that hold the beam up. These cables are hand pulled from that end all the way down to that end. You cut it off, you grab another piece of cable off of a spool just like that by hand, and you and three of your best friends for the day snatch that cable by hand through each one of those pieces of wood in succession. Come down here. When you get down here, you lock it in with what we call a chuck. This is holding it. And we put what we call a stress jack on this cable, and we pull this cable with 50,000 pounds of pressure, 50,000 psi. So right now, this is the loose end of the cable, and this end of the cable right here has 50,000 pounds of pressure on it. And no one that is working on this line knows when any of these cables are going to break. If any one of these half-inch steel cables breaks, someone on this line is going to die or be dismembered. Now, upon tightening all these cables, now comes the rebar because that reinforces it. That's those steel rods right there. You'll come in and tie all the pieces in from here all the way down there. Then they'll get the crane and pick up these forms and place them on each side of the beam. Then we come with a impact wrench that's designed for the railroad and has its own trailer to supply air, and we buckle all of these forms in. Then we pour concrete inside of the forms. Now, before I explain too much, I want y'all to come down here with me and see the steel that's getting tied in. And this is what I was doing when I first started this job, pulling the cable and tying in the steel, preparing it for pouring, and pouring the concrete. I did this for 3.5 years, 14 hours a day. DOT has since made a rule or a law that had limited where they can't pour at night, but we poured all day and most of the night, 14 hours a day for $7 an hour, roughly $350 a week, no matter how hard you worked. And it was at this point in time took it upon myself to tell myself that that guy in that office that's sitting up there doing nothing, watching me down here pour this one beam from here to here, and that one beam from there to there, and that one beam from there to there, and there to there, and there to there. And each one of those beams cost over $30,000 once they're completed. This is a major project. I just came and brought the rebar to make those. That is the floor of the bridge. That is what your car rides on. Each one of those cost about $12,000 15 years ago when they were paying $7.25 an hour. I come to find out right about now, they're at about $7.80 an hour, and they'll take you on up to $12. Rain, shine, sleet, or snow, like I told y'all, there are no trees out here. There is nowhere to hide. I came out here and was on the ground all the time. So y'all know what I was doing on the yard. And at the same time, I opened up a store on the yard because I had in my mind that I should be making $30 an hour to do this job. And they won't pay me $30 an hour, so I'm gonna come out here and make $30 an hour the best way I can. And I was on the grind all the time, loan sharking, all type of stuff. And get what? It was what it was, man. I had a house full of kids, my first wife, and a whole lot of responsibility that made me come out here and do this rain, shine, sleet, or snow, pull that cable, half-inch calluses on my hand for 3.5 years to do what I'm doing now. To let me know that somebody making millions of dollars off your hard work. Is it you? Could it be you? Sure could. Is Oh yeah, I did that for a long time. And like I say, this place makes over $1 million a day. $1 million a day. That's not this line. They have 6 lines that pour various beams of various sizes. They pour the sidewalk, the curb, the roadway, everything to do with a beam, bridge, even the legs that hold it up in the ground, the pilot beams, all of that stuff. So when a bridge is purchased for $30 million, hmm, oh, and not only that, they got their own trucks that pick these beams up. So they ain't gonna give me no money to run their beams. They're gonna charge the customer not only to build the beams, transport the beams, set the beams, build the bridge, and clean up the mess when they get done. And they give us $7 an hour. So I worked that position for about 6 months. I learned everything there was to possibly know about bridge construction and bridge beams. And upon doing that, they felt like they could trust me to build these pieces, the very wooden pieces on the end. If you'll notice, this is the beginning of a beam, and that's the beginning of another beam. In between, that's empty space. So this is the end, and that's the end. Everything from here all the way to the next piece of wood is one beam. So I ask a lot of times, I give y'all a question. I say, how do you make a straight piece into a curved bridge? Well, you cut this piece of wood with an angle on each side where you can turn this at the appropriate angle and have the cables cut at an angle, the holes for them, so you can move this at an angle and you can put the proper angle that the blueprint specifies in order to make a curve out of all of these straight pieces. That's how you make a curve out of straight pieces to build a bridge. And as you can see, they coming out break, yard full. They mix their own concrete. They got their own gravel. They got their own rebar, and they got their own very, very cheap labor. Did that 14 hours a day. Most days I went home and got under somebody's car to make some more money. Get back up at 5, be out here again at 6:30, and work all the way again till about 8 o'clock at night. Go home and do it all over again for 3 years for about $350 a week. All these pieces. And this is in this ahead of time. Like when I was working here, '05, I was designing stuff and we were building beams for bridges that were going to be built in 2010. So this stuff right here, they might have it date coded like they used to, but these beams are meant and these pieces are meant for bridges that are going to be built in like, I don't know. Let's see. That was made 11/2/21, and it ain't saying when it's gonna be used, but it's probably for a bridge that's gonna be made in about 25. Now they might not want me to film all this stuff. They might stop me because they got a whole lot of people out here that from another country that they rent from time to time, and they keep them out here until it's time for them to go, and they send them back where they came from, and we just gonna take a wild guess at who them people is. But at the same time, yeah. Steel, tie in that steel. I used to tie in that steel. I used to form them up. I used to goddamn pull cable all goddamn day, y'all. How y'all doing? Little YouTube video. I used to work out here about 15 years ago pulling the shit out the cable. Hey, yeah. That's the real right there. Get your mind right. We know who ain't pulling too. Whoever ain't leaning, they ain't pulling. Dead on your ass we go. Boy, that's a lot of cable. Man! Man, no way you still out here. Boy, you Puerto Rico Loto to the end, ain't it, boy? You still like, man, god damn, boy. 15 years later, boy, y'all still tying all this steel in it, boy. Yeah, yeah, I own a trucking company now, man. We trucking, we trying to keep trucking like we trapping. Yeah, I was hustling when I was out here. You already know. Now you see this right here. That my guy right here been out here. How many years you been out here? How many years? Yeah, 20, 20 years, man. Pulling that cable from right there all the way down there. Back and forth, back and forth. Look at all them cables. Every last one of them cables pulled about 4 men in a row, pulling their ass off. Got your end pieces. This must be the little buck T. Yeah, baby buck T. It's type 3, type 4. Yeah, I remember type 2 used to be over there. This used to be type 3. That used to be type 4. That's still buck T over there. That's where I met you and you working on buck T. You was on that tall shit. Nah, I can't come back to the company, man. Mucho money. You know, I was getting it out here. I used to make me 3, 4 checks every week right out there building. Boy, I was trapping out the bando right there. That was my little store. I made them put me a storage set up there. I was cutting the wood piece. What, Chico? Chico back in Mexico? They sent him back or he leave? They sent him back. Damn. Damn, Chico. Chico was the guy that had the job before I had the job. That's how I got the job. They sent Chico back. God damn. But yeah, we put these forms up here, buckle it up, pour that concrete, vibrate all the air out of it, and shit, next morning you come out here, cut this shit out, you got a beam. Got a beam. I just want y'all to take an idea and look at all this steel that get tied in. Look at all this steel. Y'all playing game. I tie every piece of this in. Boy, my wrist actually been cold blooded, and it ain't by being in the kitchen. Working some bench up, boy. Rain, shine, sleet, or snow. A lot of tree in sight. Ain't no shade, ain't no refuge, ain't no stopping. Real shit. Ain't no stopping. What's up, bro? Man, nothing. I'm trying to see what you up on. Man, I can't. I said I'm gonna do me a video. I ain't. I just terrorizing this motherfucker. What? Got YouTube, man. Yeah, yeah, bro. That's why I say I just came out here to let them see why I used to work at, man. This the job that made me say I wasn't gonna work for nobody no more. This motherfucker here the truth. Look at my guy. Throw it up for him. This my homeboy right here. This a real old friend of mine. I knew this dude right here when he was in walking shoes. Like I remember when this man was born. And get what? Grown man out here doing grown man stuff at a grown man job, real talk. And much respect to you too, because get what? This a job I seen probably about 300 people quit in the first day. I stayed out here a long time, man. I had about 3.5, 4 years to the point where, yeah, you see a lot of people come and go. Cause this shit ain't for everybody. I mean, but then you gotta think about it. Everybody mind ain't set up for this shit either. It take a certain kind of person to sacrifice for their family like this. You gotta sacrifice, man. Hell yeah. Y'all have a good day though. Y'all be safe, man. Real talk. And any job I ever had, I came on that job, learned everything, capitalized on everything, and came out like a boss. I really did. And get what? I can go back 15 years later and see some folks that still doing the same thing they were doing 15 years ago. Get what? It's all love because get what? Everybody got their own progression in time. Everybody got their own perception of what they want to do with themselves. But I just was in the mindset of what I can't see myself doing this for a long time, and it ain't gonna work out. This shit bad for your health. All the water out here got alkaline in it. It's bad for your skin. You got chemicals and stuff like that. You got steel cables that will cut you in half if it breaks. Man, we stand on that cable all day long and tie steel in. And the first time you hear pew, everybody jump off the cable and be way over here. Because we know, we done seen it before. When that cable breaks down there, it comes from there to there in less than a second. If you're in the way, it's gonna cut your leg off. It's gonna cut your body in half. It's gonna kill you. For 725, no insurance, no paid vacation, no sick day, no vacation, 30-minute lunch, no breaks, water on the yard, and somebody in a building up here with a walkie-talkie watching you all day. Same dude, Mr. Lucas. I said, man, folk that dead dirty hard, evil hard don't never leave this world. That dude told everybody out here, we can't see nothing. Yeah, they got a lot of turnover. Y'all can't see nothing? Can you see? Can y'all see? Is the picture coming in? Christopher Allen said we can't see nothing. I just pulled up with this load. Oh man. Well, I'm just gonna talk it out for the rest of the way. But man, that sucks. Can y'all see now? Can y'all see now? But yeah, like I said, man, it's a full circle moment. 15 years later, go from pulling the cable, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, no video. I'm gonna have to just give y'all this and cut it on a little short. I don't know why there's no video, but there is no video. I don't know what's going on. I can see it, but y'all can't see it. But like I said, man, this is one of those full circle moments where life come back around and just show you some stuff. And you gotta be willing to accept what it is. I see it, Cool Kane. I can't figure out why I won't do it. But like I said, I just wanted to come let y'all see something and just let y'all see ain't no cap on none of this here. When I say that, boy, you still here? Lord have mercy. Another man. Jump on out. What's up, bro? Good to see. Man, ain't no way, Chris. What's up, man? Man, y'all, boy, goddamn, y'all riding around doing nothing now, ain't it? There, y'all to earned it. Y'all to earned it. Y'all, what y'all patching beans? Still patching them beans. Patch them up then, bro. Good to see y'all, man. Mo Devin, be safe, man. Huh? Shit, I got a trucker coming in now. That one of my truck right there. I can't bring y'all some of that shit for them piles. Yeah, man. I'm just trying to do so. Y'all already know I be on the ground all the time. I'm just hustling. You know it. I don't fuck with y'all, man. Yeah. Like I said, man. 15 years later. My fake car good anywhere in America I'd ever dealt with anybody because I kept it 100. Get what? Trying to help a person make a way out of no way. And if I see how it ain't right, I'm going to say something. I put the whole yard on strike, you guys. After I got to the point where they let me engineer the ends of the beams, I found out that they couldn't do it without me. They couldn't do nothing without me. So get what? When I found out how they mistreating everybody and we was out here working for nothing, get what? Me and about 25 of these guys out here, we made up in our mind. If anybody come out here, pull some cable, tie some steel, buckle up a form, pour any concrete, dead on your ass, we going. We finna damn near beat you to death. So get what? Wasn't nobody working. And they lost a couple $1 million in a couple days. And get what? They got their act together, gave everybody a little $2 raise. It don't sound like much, but at the same time, at that point in time and in the economic situation of my town and my city, 80, 90, 100 extra dollars a week meant something. So get what? Just the consideration alone, I told the guy we going back to work. But at the same time, I've been like this everywhere. I'm gonna find every damn loophole it is, and if you let me find out that you on some fuck shit, I'm gonna get immediately on it too. Y'all just don't know. I would call OSHA on these folks. They had already told me this morning, boy, they don't like you around there in that office. You used to call OSHA, EEOC, Equal Opportunity, all that old shit, environmental protection. Yeah. I'll call everybody on their weekend. And when they tell me don't come to work tomorrow, I tell y'all ain't gonna pull no beams, because every one of them wooden patterns that I made back there, I got the same saw I cut them with. I cut them in half. Y'all won't pull nothing this year. Y'all have to come out here and figure this stuff, re-engineer all these beams all over again. Suffice it to say, I had a ball. I make the best out the worst. And that's why I love this game, trucking, and what we do now, because every day is a challenge. And if you think coming out here where I just showed y'all, if you think it wasn't a challenge on a day-to-day basis, you're real mistaken. Dangerous. Dangerous work for a little or nothing. $1 million a day job, $7.25, get it done. You want to know who engineered those bridges you riding over in Mississippi when you come to Mississippi, when you come to Arkansas, when you come to North Louisiana? That was me. Cutting up. Yes, sir, cutting up ain't the word, boy. I was grinding all the time. I really was. I really was. I had some spectacular deals on some spectacular products. I had some money. You come get you some money at 50% interest instead of 100. You come buy you some sodas and some drinks out of my little stand, my little so-called store I had, cold drinks and cold pops and chips and stuff. And get what? Have a blessed day. I come away from out here with 3 to 4 checks every week. Me and the guy Rob Jackson, a matter of fact, he out here still to this day. He's supervising. But Rob Jackson, me and him used to walk around on the yard, and when, it'd be a little stunting going on, and folks get to talk about money out here, because we're none of them making no money, we'll pull out our wallet. We'll have 5 or 6 checks that were uncashed. Like, man, we don't need this shit. I'm on the grind all the time. But we need to stay out here and be stable for our family, and for to have these police not looking at me like, why man keep buying all these cars, doing all this different stuff? He ain't got no job. Oh, yes, I do got a job, and got one of them jobs you can't argue with. When you come out here and surveil me, try to see what am I really working out here? Is it just a front for what I'm doing? Get what? When you see me out here laid at 45 degrees, pulling this cable, tying this steel, buckling up, pouring all that concrete, you ride the hell off and say that one of the hardest working dudes I ever seen in my life. If he is doing something he ain't got no business, I sure can't tell. And that's how you last doing other shit for 20, 25 years. By sacrifice and knowing what it is to really want to have something instead of saying you want to have something. There's a lot of folks say they want to have something in life, but they ain't going to work, do nothing to get it. You willing to come out here and get down in that trench? Are you willing to get down in that trench, in that alkaline water, and tie you up about 1,800 pieces of steel from right there to right there, and get on top of that form when they pour that oil on it, and duck walk across the top of that form with no harness and vibrate all that stuff out? Oh, yeah. I pray to God that don't want none of them snap while we out here, because it's a time thing. You don't know. You just pray that this cable is as strong as they say it is. But I can literally go and stand on that top cable right there, jump up and down, and that cable will not move. It will not. I can stand on that cable all day and jump up and down. That cable has 50,000 pounds of pressure on it. If it lets go, somebody gonna die for 725 hours. Yeah, my stream, dog, Michael. Y'all got some audio on it. It went out for some reason. I really don't know why, but like I said, I'm gonna talk y'all through this and get it on done. You go back and check the beginning of the live, see where I'm at and what I'm talking about, and let you know that it is pretty serious. But like I say, this is a full circle moment for me in life where I get to come back and bring material to the same place that worked me like a dog, worked me like a slave, try to degrade me as a man and take my pride away. Get what? These the type of job that people endure every day to put food on their table. And get what? When they get tired enough to say, I ain't working for nobody else, I don't give a damn what happened, they come up out of here and start making moves toward the goal. It might not be immediate. I had one more job after this. And it was a detriment to my whole spirit because I was back to working for somebody, making them a lot of money, which I ain't mad about it, but I come to work and give my all. I want that money to be all. So I'm at work now, giving my all, and I want the money to be all. And no bullshit, no brag or nothing, but this load right here pays what I would have made in 4 weeks at this job, working 14 hours a day, overtime included. When they take out taxes, I would have had less money than this load even pays for me to drive 9 hours. Less hours than I used to work in a complete day. To drive 9 hours from Florida back to Mississippi with this load paid me more than I would have made working 240 hours. If somebody can't shout hallelujah back there, you can see it. You ain't got to be able to see the video or nothing. Just the thought that it's possible to go from making this to making this in a matter of 15 years, and you come out and be able to look $1 million in the face. If God ain't good, I don't know what to tell you. Hard work, man. Hard work. I was working out here, $1 million seems so far away. I didn't know nothing about no thousand move for $1,000. I was trying to put food on my family plate. I was trying to keep food on the table and the roof going, keep a roof over. I ain't know nothing about no thousand move. That shit was too far away for me to even imagine a thousand move for $1,000. But I knew one thing: this ain't it. Might not be $1 million job come behind me, behind this, but I know this one ain't it. This ain't it. So there's a lot of people in no type of position. But before I left this, I ain't even have another job because I got hurt at this job and they don't have health plan or anything like this. So if you get hurt and you miss too many days, you just don't have a job anymore. I got hurt, and when I got hurt, I took me about 2-3 months off a working period because I was in tremendous amount of pain. I had torn muscles in my rib cage from lifting and pulling and doing all this crazy stuff. And get what? This a job right here where you got to get them 5 years before you get eligible to start even looking at retirement. After 5 years, they were giving us $5,000 in a retirement policy for 5 years, and you keep on working and build off that. Get what? No disrespect, but they tell that shit to their mammy. I wasn't never trying to get to the 5 year mark. I made it to 3. I never had aspiration to get to the 5 year mark. But just for somebody to tell you that you got to come out here and work for less than $15,000 a year for 5 years, doing some of the hardest work known to man in some of the most dangerous conditions without any safety consideration at all for your life. If you die today, they're gonna call the next one tomorrow, and your ass will have somebody doing your same job for the next 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years in order to reach the goal of retirement, which at their rate was probably going to be about $50,000 in 25 years of working out here. I think I will pass. I think I'll pass. But what I know I got to do is make a way so I can actually genuinely say, I'm going to pass on that. I've got some options. So I began to educate myself a little bit more. I didn't go back to school, but I applied my knowledge of vehicles and automotive to go into retail, car parts industry, and into the dealership and things like that, and stayed in that field for a lot of years. But This is one of those things where, like I said, I wish I could give you a better video. It went out, you know, go back to the beginning, you can see what I mean. But this is one of those dark moments in a person's life where when you come out and you look back at it, you be like, I don't know. It had to be the Lord. Because the only way I stayed there was able to endure the constant barrage of mental problems and mental things that they were doing out here, and the aspect of coming out here and basically working yourself to death for nothing. I like to say thank God, man. I'm gonna let y'all go. It been cool. It been an experience for me. I'm finna go holler at my people. Probably get something to eat and get on out of here. But like I said, man, if things in your life ain't like you want them to be, really the only person that can begin to change them is you. One of the biggest things I can tell people to do is keep your integrity up high no matter what happens. Always remain true to yourself. And if you got a problem, figure out how to work it out. And if you can't figure out how to work the problem out, run through the shit. Some problems ain't meant to be worked out. Some of them meant to be run through. So, like I said, with that being said, y'all have a blessed day. It was great to have y'all on the channel. And like I said, y'all be blessed, be safe out there, and continue to stay on the grind all the time.